into detail to see those intermediate dates between the holiness and circular. We see the biblical name of Chol Moed, then the davening of Chol Moed. We'll see that it's different. There's a few different law about Chol Moed. And then obviously the famous question that everyone asks about tefillin in Chol Moed. That's a very famous question of Chol Moed. And then why did we receive Chol Moed? I mean, really, what is Chol Moed? Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu given us Chol Moed? We'll see. And then if we have enough time, we also, please God, will go to the spiritual meaning of Chol Moed. So before we start, where is Dvorah Ruth bat Bela. Dvorah Ruth bat Bela, לרפואת דבורה רות בת בלה. בעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח, והקדוש ברוך הוא עלינו ברחמיו ירוויח. Okay, so the first day after Pesach or Sukkot start Chol Moed. That's obviously in Eretz Israel. In the diaspora, it's after the 2 holy days that we have, after the second days of Sukkot or Pesach, we start Chol Moed. And then, leading us again to Shvei Shel Pesach. So we see here, we see from a holiness, we have a drop down to a circular, intermediate date, and then again to the holiness. We're going to explain Be'ezrat Hashem. Okay, what is the status of Chol Moed? Did you ask yourself? We have your Chol Moed, but what is the status of Chol Moed? Because the day of Chol Moed, those days that call Chol Moed, before we get to the biblical name, we just will have to explain that we see that we have a status. It's not sure what they are, or they're circular or they're holy, because it's Chol, it's circular. Moed is a festival, is a Hag. So or they holy days or they're circular days. And we all know that lehalacha, there is a psak halacha, and yemei Chol Moed, you can't do any melacha. Before you jump, let me finish. Except davar ha'avud. What is davar ha'avud? Davar ha'avud, if there is any lost. What it means lost? If a person can lose money from it, Hazal then given him a leniency to work on Chol Moed. For example, a person will work on a job, and he knows if he doesn't come to a job, there is a good chance that he's going to lose his job. He can't do that. A person that has a business, and he pays workers every month, a monthly salary, and he knows that if he's going to close the business, he'll have to pay the workers. So there is davar ha'aved. He obligated to pay them. Nachon? Therefore, he's allowed to work. And there is many other leniency. We're not going to go through it. So let's just summarize it. We're allowed to work in Chol Moed only if there is a case that you're going to lose from it. That means if you have a shop or you have a business, and you know if you're not going to open your business, they'll go to someone else. You have a shop and you sell whatever you sell, and you know if you're going to close your shop in Chol Moed, your customer will go to someone else. And if they go to someone else, you're going to lose from it. You're going to lose customer, your regular customer. Therefore, you're allowed to open in Chol Moed. So now we understand the status of Chol Moed. So we can work if there is davar ha'aved, but from the other way, if there is not davar ha'aved, we're not allowed to work. So we'll see later on how come that HaKadosh Baruch Hu given us those days. So because it's very confusing. What is Chol Moed? You follow what I'm saying? Okay, so let's move on to the next stage. The biblical name of Chol Moed we can find in Sefer Vayikra. In Parashat Emor, in chapter 23, verse 37, the Torah tells us the name of Chol Moed, Mikra'e Kodesh. Chol Moed, and the biblical name of it is Mikra'e Kodesh. So whenever we read in the Torah and we see Mikra'e Kodesh, referring to what? Chol Moed. Okay, so we see from here that there is a holiness on it. Mikra'e Kodesh. Let's move on now. Sorry, David. Mikra'e Kodesh. Mikra'e Kodesh is a day, it's a holy. You follow? Kodesh is holy. Mikra'e, it's a day that you call it a holy days. But not really like a festival. You follow? It's the intermediate date. You follow what I'm saying? Mikra'e Kodesh. That's what it's called Chol Moed. Because in Hebrew, Chol, it means circular. Moed, it means a festival. You follow? So it's a festival and a circular. We're going to try to explain. Now, because we see that Chol Moed is an intermediate date, so we all know that the davening is different. Because in Minha, Shahrit, and Arvit, we said different thing. We're adding up. Levy nachon? Every Shahrit, what we do, we're adding up all of those. We're saying a half Halel, nachon? Halel Bedilug. Then we have something else. What do we say? Musaf, nachon? So, what does Musaf have to do? Because we know that Musaf is Hosafa, to add up. That in a time of Bet HaMikdash was exist, they used to bring a special sacrifices. Those sacrifices that they used to bring in a festival used to be extra than a normal days. So when they used to bring the extra sacrifice in the festivals, they used to say Musaf, and that's what we say Musaf. So from here we see that those days they're not a normal day. Not only that, what's happened if a person, while he's davening, forget to add up Ya'aleh v'yavo? Easy, have to do it again immediately. What does it mean? That a person forgot for a second to say Ya'aleh v'yavo, and he say Modim. מחזיר שכינתו לציון, מודים אנחנו לך. What should he do? Should he go back to the beginning or not? First of all, from here we see that those days, they're different from the normal circular days. נכון? You agree with me? David, you with me? Okay. So you agree with me? Doctor, you agree with me? יישר כוח, doctor. So, if the doctor agree, it's good. So we're moving on now. So we say modim. A person say modim. What should he do? So he finished the modim, Rabotai, and he go back to Retzeh, to Berkat Retzeh. And from Retzeh again, he say Ya'aleh v'yavo, מחזיר שכינתו לציון, מודים אנחנו לך, and finish it. That's in a case that he didn't finish 18. What does it mean? If a person forgot to say Ya'aleh v'yavo, as long that he didn't done the 3-step back, עושה שלום במרומיו, we always go back to Retzeh and repeat and say Ya'aleh v'yavo. Any question? If I didn't, was clear. Everyone, Baruch Hashem.
At the end of Say Shalom,
Sorry?
if you only remember at the end of the conclusion, before you say Elokai Neshama, you say
Elokai
Boreh.
Neshama.
Now before you say that,
Yeah.
say Say Shalom or Shalom.
Before he said עושה שלום במרומיו,
You say Baruch Atah Hashem Oseh Shalom or Say Shalom. You go back to Retzeh or you have to
go back to Retzeh. As long that you didn't done the 3-step back. You follow? Okay. So now we're going to move on. Once.
I haven't got a CD in front of me.
What did he say?
You've forgotten repeat the Shemona Israel. It says see low Aitinah.
Who says repeat all the Amidah if you got your
Who said repeat all the Amidah? I didn't say repeat all the Amidah. I say
from Retzeh.
that you go back to Retzeh. You go into Retzeh. Yeah, look. Look at it. Give it to them. It says so. It says. I didn't say that you repeat all the Amidah. Only if you done the 3 steps. If you finish, or say Shalom Bimrova, you finish the Amidah, you have to go back and then you have to redaven.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
You do again.
No,
whole
completely. If you finish the Amidah and you say Oseh Shalom Bimroma,
You go back to Retzeh, you do Modim again.
absolutely. Absolutely. If you say Retzeh, you have to repeat after that Modim, even that you say Modim. So you say Retzeh, יעלה ויבוא, מודים, מחזיר שנתו לציון, מודים אנחנו לך, שים שלום, and on. עושה שלום, you follow? Okay. Now we come to the famous question, tefillin. נכון? There is a מחלוקת. Should we put tefillin on חול המועד or shouldn't? Because we see quite often that there is certain people putting tefillin, נכון? And there is certain people not putting tefillin. You agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the halacha? What is the situation? So to understand that, let's go to the Maran Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo. Rabbi Yosef Karo, he brought the opinion of the Rashba. The Rashba was from the Rishonim. And he said like this, in Chol HaMoed, and it's pasken le'alacha, that in Chol HaMoed, we do not put tefillin. The Sfaradim do not put tefillin in Chol HaMoed. Why? Because the Maran, Bet Yosef, took the opinion of the Rashba. But here now become the Rama, Rabbi Moshe Iserlish. He said that there is a custom that many congregations used to put tefillin in Chol HaMoed. So from here we see that there is a custom. It's not halacha. So the question becomes now, there is a problem here. If you put a tefillin, it's a minhag. Also, it's a minhag not to put a tefillin. You follow? So those that put a tefillin, are they supposed to put a tefillin with the bracha or without? Because here becomes the question. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because there is a safek. Should I put a tefillin or should I not put a tefillin on Chol HaMoed? Do you understand the question? So le'halacha, and everyone agree to it, that we don't put tefillin, even those that put tefillin, they're not saying a bracha on a tefillin. That means that they're going according to the Rama. And the Rama bring the opinion of the Mordechai, the Rosh, Rabbeinu Asher, the Tur, and also the Maharil, that say that because due to that we have a safek, we're not sure if we should tefillin or we should not put tefillin on Chol HaMoed, we're not saying a bracha when we put the tefillin.
So you're
Say
right.
again, sorry.
You're right either way. If you don't put it on,
No, Sfaradim have no problem with that. And many of the Ashkenazim
you
also don't put
but
tefillin.
if you do put on, you don't make a bracha.
If they put the tefillin, they don't say a bracha. They don't say a bracha. So what I'm saying is, even those that follow the custom to put a tefillin,
You don't say a bracha.
not saying a bracha. Sorry, Steve? That's all the debate. We'll get to it. Wait, we'll get to it. So now, sorry, Joe?
Sorry, Rabbi, what is without a bracha?
You know when you put a tefillin?
No. I mean, what is the purpose of putting on the tefillin without a bracha?
Because that's the safek. We'll get to the safek. So now, look at the Mishnah Brura. The Mishnah Brura written by Hafetz? No, Hafetz Haim. What's wrong with you? You sleeping off? Hafetz Haim in Siman Lamed Aleph. Siman Lamed Aleph, chapter 31. Siman Katan Het say that when we put the tefillin, we don't put with a brocha. Pashut. You follow, Joe? Now, where is the safek come? Because there is one opinion that say not to put, nachon? The Rashba and the Maran Bet Yosef that we brought. Then there is the Rama that bring another opinion that we do put the tefillin. That he saw a custom that many people put. Where all of that started from? They start like this. We know that in Shabbat we don't put tefillin, nachon? Yom Tov we don't put a tefillin because it's a holy day, nachon? Why? Because every day we should have two signs on us, nachon? The Brit Milah. You agree with me?
Yeah.
And the tefillin. But we have a problem on Shabbos, because Shabbos is a ot by himself. What it mean a ot? A sign. We don't put. Yom Tov is a sign, because we say Musa. Become the doubt on Chol HaMoed, because we're not sure if it's a ot, if it's a sign to Am Yisrael or not. Therefore, the one that leniency that say that we shouldn't put tefillin. Why? Because they say you're saying Musaf. And if you say Musaf, you shouldn't put tefillin. Pashut. The other opinions say, no, it's not a full day of Ot, Chol HaMoed. Therefore, it's a custom to put, but without a brocha. Because we're not sure if the day of Chol HaMoed is a sign or is it not a sign. Okay, until here. Now you can ask questions. Now, Joe, you can ask all your questions. Now wait, you have to wait to finish, then you wouldn't have answer anymore. Any question?
So what's the custom of the community here?
The custom of the community here is very confusing, because I see that some put, nachon, and some that not. But le'alacha, those that doesn't put should sit on one side. Those that put should sit on one side. You follow? Yes, Stephen?
The point that you said you shouldn't is because Musaf is said, and that's basically that.
Because it's a ot, that's right. Because Chol HaMoed is a ot, exactly. Nachon. Because we're not sure if it's a ot, therefore put the tefillin but without the brocha. Like the Mishnah Berucha, Pasken and Simad Lamed Aleph, Seif Katan Het. You follow?
But Rabbi, then to repeat someone else's question, is there any point in putting tefillin on without a brocha?
Yes, because that's exactly it. Because we're not sure if it's a sign or is it not a sign, you should put a tefillin, but without a brocha. Because there is a doubt. Vesafek brachot, we have a klal, that because it's a safek, we're not sure. Safek brachot, has v'shalom shelo yeh bracha levatala. That we say a brocha for no reason. Why? What is bracha levatala? That you mention the name of the Almighty with no reason? We're not allowed. So it's more important not to mention the name of the Almighty with no reason.
We're doing the mitzvah that we bring tefillin without a
You're
bracha.
putting the tefillin, nachon.
Without
No,
a bracha, it's half.
without the brocha, because you have a doubt. If you have a doubt, safek brachot, that has v'shalom lo yeh bracha levatala. You follow? Yes, Joe.
But then, by the same token, Rabbi, then by leaving out the brocha, maybe you're also doing, let's say, call it a
Only the Rabbanan, so the Rabbanan.
Okay, so now here Stephen answering. You understand what Stephen said? Rabbanan, it's rabbinical. Yeah, Stephen answering you. Because you know what, maybe it's my fault that I didn't go in depth more, because there is a safek, is Chol HaMoed is mideoraita or miderabanan. There is also a mahloket. Is Chol HaMoed a holy day from the Torah, or it's rabbinical? Because there is a doubt if it's rabbinical or from the Torah, so those that say it's rabbinical, you can't say brocha. And if you say that it's from the Torah, then you shouldn't put it. That it's
But you said that Chol HaMoed is rabbinical. It's rabbinical.
No, I say it's the biblical name. I brought the biblical name. Where is it
Biblical name,
mentioned?
yeah.
No, they mention.
Yeah.
But today, how they are, what is their status today? That's what we're trying to achieve. That's all the issue. You understand, Joe, or you didn't understand? No, I'll repeat it. For you, I'll repeat it 100 times. Listen. If it was rabbinical, like we're saying, so there is a doubt, nachon? Because there is a doubt that it's rabbinical, you can't say a brocha, because safek brachot, that you might gonna say bracha levatala. But let's go to the more strict one, that it's from the oraita. If Chol HaMoed is from the oraita, you have a problem. You know why, Joe? Because then you shouldn't put the filling at all. So you shouldn't say brocha. You follow? Now you understand. Baruch Hashem.
But doesn't it say that you should celebrate that you have your Pesach, you have your Pesach and you should celebrate 7 days.
What?
In the Torah, don't say that you should celebrate Pesach for 7 days.
Nachon.
Right?
Now, we're going to get now to it. No.
So when should you take it off?
Okay, when should you take the tefillin? Sorry? That's the same question.
Well, because on Monday it was before Musaf, and Tuesday I think was before Halal.
Way before.
So
Today was before.
There is some people, usually on Rosh Chodesh, where do we take? Before? Nachon. Before we say Musaf. Nachon? Nachon. But here, because that, we take it straight after the Amidah, after the repetition. Nachon? Nachon. Okay, now, sorry.
When you're saying Shema,
Yeah, I'm listening.
you're saying Shema, and then when you keep for the tefillin here in the Rosh as well. Do you do that in Chol HaMoed as well?
If you're accustomed to put, yes. What's the difference with me? Yeah, definitely. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך יוקסת והיו לו תותפות בין עיניך. That's what you're talking about. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, definitely. If that's your custom to put tefillin, yes. So now we're going to get to the question that our friend Stephen. No, why Stephen? Shlomo asked. Shlomo said, now we have to understand what's so special about Chol HaMoed. So Hazal tell us that in Chol HaMoed we should dress ksut nekiya. What is ksut nekiya? Clean clothes, different clothes. Not only that we must wear clean clothes, there is a custom to eat a red meat and to drink wine in a meal, not to get drunk. There's a difference, okay? And not only that, there's no woman here, all married, nachon? Rabotai, prepare the checkbook to buy the wife dress and jewelry, tachshitim v'smalot. To make the,
You have to say 10 to get the money.
Because if you don't buy, you'll get a broth.
Yosef,
The women are always in
okay,
charge.
so we see that there's special day.
Get
Tony,
the
you loved
government.
it, huh?
You're not supposed to wash your clothes either.
Wait, that's a work. You're not allowed to do laundry. But even with that, there is a leniency. If you have little kids, and little kids usually mess their clothes often, you agree with me? Mm-hmm. So those little kids, because you can't change every day and you don't have enough to change, there is a leniency to do. Also, if a person doesn't have enough underwear, for some reason it's finished, you can't leave him with a dirty underwear. There is a leniency. Okay, but we're not going now to the melachot. Let's leave that for a second. Let's move on. So we see that there's special days. Now we have to understand, we say that it's special days, it's an intermediate date, but we have to understand, in that case, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us those days? What's the purpose of having Chol HaMoed? Why we shouldn't have 7 holy days? That means 7 days of Chag. Why do we have to go, like we mentioned at the beginning, from up here, spiritually, drop down, again up? So, Hazal, the spirituality for it, I'll get to it. I'm going to get to the spiritual meaning for it. But the main reason for Chol HaMoed, I'm going to bring a source from Rabbi Aaron Levy. Rabbi Aaron Levy, born in Spain, he born 781 years ago, and there is many people say that Sefer HaChinuch, everyone heard about Sefer HaChinuch, is he written it. There is some people that say that no, he didn't. Most of the commentaries say that he did wrote Sefer HaChinuch. In Mitzvah 323, he explained what's the purpose of Chol HaMoed. And he said like this, Lo nitnu, that the main reason that we receive Chol HaMoed, those special holy days, כדי שיעסקו ישראל בתורה הקדושה, that the main reason that we receive Chol HaMoed, that they will study the Holy Torah, and listen how, מתוך שמחה ונחת רוח. That's mean from a joy and a pleasure. That's those day of Chol HaMoed that we have. We're obligated to study Torah with the joy and Nahat Ruach, with pleasure. Why? Because he said that the main reason, like we mentioned at the beginning, that you're not allowed to work if there is no Davar Avud, that you lose money from it. Okay? That your all mind, you can focus, study Torah with joy and pleasure. So we see that the main reason of Chol HaMoed for what? To study Torah. But not only that, he add up, listen what he said, that Bnei Israel, that Israel can sit and enjoy a quality time. And that's why he should buy his wife clothes and jewelry if he can. Everyone according to his financial ability, you know. Can't kill yourself.
My wife wants it 365 days a year.
So you should. Okay. Any questions so far? Before we're going to move to the spiritual meaning, and with that we're going to conclude. Because I'm going to bring two opinions. I'm going to bring the opinion of the Baal Shem Tov, and then other commentary that Hazal tell us. Any questions so far? No. Okay. So what is the spiritual meaning of Chol HaMoed? That suddenly we up, we down, we up. What is it? A yo-yo, Haz v'shalom? Lehavdil, Haz v'shalom. So we have to understand what is those intermediate dates come to teach us. And the Baal Shem Tov, everyone heard about the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov was Rabbi Israel ben Eliezer. He born in the city of Galicia 326 years ago. And he explained what is those intermediate date. And he bring analogy. Listen to that analogy. And he said like this. If we have a little kid, when we want to teach him how to walk, what the first thing that we do? We hold his hand and we walk with the baby a few steps. Then we take our hands off and we let him try to walk until he fall down. Then we help him up and we walk again until he learns. Here, we have to understand that Yemei Chol HaMoed come to teach us very important thing. We reach to the peak of the spiritual day. We have to learn how to maintain it. How to keep those days all the time maintained. So what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu done? He given us the two hands to walk with him. Then he pull his hands off until we learn to keep those holy days holy. How? By studying Torah. That the only reason, like the Sefer HaChinuch said, that we receive Chol HaMoed for what? שיעסקו בתורה הקדושה בשמחה ובנחת רוח. With joy and happiness. Once that you study Torah with joy and pleasure and happy, you can maintain the spirituality level. That's according to the Baal Shem Tov. But Hazal said that there is another explanation. Why do we have those things? Why do we have Chol HaMoed? That the main reason that we go to Chol HaMoed is to strengthen the Holy Spirit. How do we do that? By that we was on the top, and suddenly when the holy day is finished, we're going back to a normal day. It's not normal. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, no. Let me give you intermediate day that you can work on yourself, that you can uplift your divine influence inside you and the prosperity divine that you can bring into the world. And how you do that? When you have Chol HaMoed. That you can study Torah, you can get those divine influence on you. When you get divine influence, automatically the physical comes. What is it? Prosperity from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That means during Chol HaMoed, when we study extra Torah with simcha, vebenahat, besimcha venahat, that means in pleasure and in joy, we can draw true things up from heaven. Now one, the spiritual thing, the divine influence on us. Number two, it's the prosperity that HaKadosh Baruch Hu help us to bring down. That's mean, we see from here that Chol Moed is a special day. It's day of spirituality. It's day that we can reach also prosperity. If we uplift our divine influence, automatically we get the prosperity, the physical thing. And Be'ezrat Hashem, that if we keep Chol Moed to that level, that even, Rabotai, even if you have to go to the jobs, we have to. There's certain things, Davar Avud, we can't let it go. When you come back home, if you get used to study an hour, try to study more, 2 hours, hour and a half. Just to show that Chol Moed is above the normal day. And Be'ezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring on us His divine influence and the prosperity that we really want. And Be'ezrat Hashem, if we have these two together, we'll see the Mashiach b'mera be'amenu amen ken yeh ratzon.